What's up, everybody? Welcome back. This is a very special video for me, and I hope it is for you too, because I am super excited right now. I've known for a while that I'm wound a little bit too tight with my need to control the light and the position of somebody's head and the expression on their face and the location. I like to get exactly what I want, and I'm very rigid in that way, where I will only shoot in certain places at certain times of day with certain people who look a certain way. And to a degree, that's a good thing, because I always get what I want. I very rarely leave with an intention and don't fulfill it. That being said, balance is very important in life, and I know that I've been wound a little bit too tight, and I need to find a way to loosen up a little bit, and I think I found that way. I always shoot, and you'll know this by my photos, totally wide open, very, very shallow depth of field, very controlled settings, and in order to throw all that on its head, I decided to get a rangefinder, an absolute mint 1959 Nikon SP. Ugh, is that the most beautiful thing ever. It is such a glorious camera, and it's just so solid the way it's built. I've been looking into like the idea of zone focusing and changing up the way I do my street photos. I don't want to do spy photos like where you just run up and shoot something in somebody's face and run away. I like having a relationship with people, but I think it would serve me well to learn to maybe just document something happening rather than making something happen. To just observe a scene and photograph a scene and preserve it just how it was, rather than me manipulating where somebody was standing or the expression on their face. So this is my departure into that world. I'm also going on a couple of real crazy adventures in the next couple of years, and the last thing I want to do is lug around my giant Pentax 6.7. So this is really going to serve me well traveling the world. It's so tiny and so light, but solid and meaty too. It's just such a rad camera. I love this thing. I just ran my first 2 rolls through it last weekend, and I got my scans back, and I'm super happy to report that there's absolutely nothing wrong with this camera. Perfect working order. I don't need to send it off to get cleaned or anything like that. Shutter speeds are great, super crystal clear, super stoked. So I will show you those photos from those 2 rolls. Hope you enjoy. If you have any questions or comments, put them in the comment section, and I will talk to you next time. Ooh, I'm going to show you how you load this camera. It's kind of neat. I've never seen anything like it before, and I will cut that in right now. So I accidentally filmed this in time-lapse because I put the phone on my head. But look how cool that is. The whole back of the camera comes off, and you load the film in, and just put the back on. And that is it. How cool was that? So, anyways, enjoy the photos. Oh, very quickly, big shout out to Jameson Burt. He's the one who writes all the music that plays over my channel. I asked him, could he give me a little bit longer song, because I've been doing these longer videos lately, and I'm just having looping that same 1.5-minute riff that he did. And I wanted to pull my ears out and listen to it over and over again, as I'm sure you have. So he gave me another song to play over my future videos. Big thank you to him. No more monotonous looping of the same 1.5 minutes. So thank you to you all for watching. I really appreciate your support, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye. So here we go. A lot of these photos are really just me less trying to make incredible documentary photos as much as just doing a light test on a bunch of different shutter speeds. And so I wanted to get a baseline for exposure for this camera, and so I shot everything at box speed, whether it was backlit, front lit, in shade, whatever. I shot it all at box speed. And I also, from my last video, if you remember, I made a decision for street portraits to shoot more at box speed, even with backlit scenes, because I like the darker tones of those photos. For portraits, I'll still shoot one stop over for shade and backlit, but I think for these they're better served with these darker tones and the darker shadows. This was the first shot I did that was zone focus that worked. I guesstimated he was about 10 feet away and popped it off, and there it was. Same with this guy. And the other ones are a massive fail, but these ones worked. I took a picture of this because this building is going to be gone in the next near future, and along with this building, which is an icon where I live. This is how you know where you are on the beach if you drift down the beach on a bodyboard, and that's going to be gone in about the next 2 years. So let's take a moment to just appreciate how gorgeous Portra 160 is when it's backlit like this. That just to me is such a timeless tone. So this guy, he collapsed about 50 feet before the finish line of the half marathon and got carried across the finish line by a guy in a banana suit, and there he is being taken away in a stretcher. I'm not sure which is worse, coming 60 feet short of, finishing a marathon or being carried over the finish line by a guy in a banana suit. This is my giant 16-year-old child in the car that I gave him for his 16th birthday, which was my first car. Lucky kid. This was, I don't know, whatever. This was supposed to be a flag walk where a bunch of people memorialized the people who died on 9/11, and they end up coming with a bunch of fucking political flags. What can you do? It's Huntington Beach. Colors are pretty though.